My name is Christina Birch. I'm a bioengineer and a track cyclist for the U.S. national team, and I am a 2021 NASA astronaut candidate. I'm from Gilbert, Arizona, and it was a great place to grow up. I got exposure to a lot of different stuff at my high school. I took all the classes I could, everything from art to science, math, programming, and I just found it to be a really great place to be outside and explore the desert, so I really enjoyed it. Before I was selected, I was actually racing on the U.S. national team and trying to go to the Olympics in track cycling. I raced two of the team events, the team pursuit, where it's a team of 4 racing on the velodrome trying to go as fast as possible over 4 kilometers. And then I also raced the Madison, which is a partner race. It's a mass start event that's really dynamic and has some hand slings. I think a NASA astronaut is the most visible part of a much larger team of individuals that are striving to improve humanity, do things that humankind has never done before. And I think it's just an incredible opportunity to be one of the people actually with hands-on to make these big dreams happen and be a part of something bigger than myself. I was always excited about space and about astronauts being a little kid, but I think it wasn't until I was working in a lab that I started to realize that what I was doing in the lab mimicked some of the experiments I saw happening on the ISS. And so, I got really excited about seeing other biologists, such as Jessica Meir, being in space, contributing to the space program. And I started to really consider joining the program because I wanted to contribute in that way and also get my hands on doing maintenance and things like that. I really enjoyed the selection process. It was a little bit different because of COVID. We had to wait a whole year to get started in the selection process, but the interview process was really fun. Every opportunity I had to spend time at Johnson Space Center and get to know my other interviewees was incredible. There were incredible people interviewing alongside me. And a few of those people ended up being my classmates. And one of the really cool things was during the interview process, we started to click as teammates already. And so that makes me really excited for what's to come. I received the call when I was at home in my family's cattle ranch in Montana. And it was actually the same day that my partner was racing the World Championships in Europe. And so I got this really positive news, and then a few hours later, he won the World Championship title in his event. And so it was just a really special day for both of us, and we got to share and be excited for each other. I've always been really inspired by my teammates and colleagues. So when I was a graduate student, I had some really incredible lab mates that were really creative thinkers and just had a unique way of doing things, and I got to learn from them. And then, training as a cyclist, I work alongside incredibly talented riders, and they motivated me to push hard and bring my best every day. I had a really special high school biology teacher, Mrs. Cifuentes, and she did this experiment with us in class that was DNA fingerprinting, and she made up this elaborate crime scene story and involved the whole class. And what was really special is that she got us all really excited, that we forgot that we were learning and memorizing things in biology. And I think that that's something that I've always tried to do in my own teaching as a teacher, is to get my students excited about the science and not just the facts, but how you could apply it. I cannot wait to start training. I really like training for big goals. It's something that I'm used to with cycling, and I love the diversity of all the problems that lie ahead and all the opportunities to learn alongside my classmates and our international collaborators. I brush my teeth like every other human, as every other human should. I do the little things well so that I can have a macroscopic impact. Yeah, I think that, I try and be very present and authentic and bring my full self to whatever problem is at hand, and just to be fully present for the experience. And I think that that's something that, we all can share in. I'm most looking forward to being up there with my crewmates and turning around and taking a look back at the Earth. And I'm told that that's just one of the most special, uniting views that you could possibly experience. And just that feeling that we're really all in this together. I would really like that perspective. Yeah, so obviously I do enjoy riding my bike, not always competitively. I do just like to ride around my neighborhood. But I also try to do a lot of other active things. I like backpacking, I like camping. I also do some knitting when I've got downtime. The best advice I've received about being an astronaut is to rely on my classmates. I think that they're incredibly talented people, smart, funny, kind, and I think we're gonna go through a lot together, and I wanna be there for them, and I'm gonna lean on them as well. I have to say, if I could go anywhere in our solar system, it would be probably to the very edge and then look back. There's this famous photograph captured by, one of our satellites that went out there, looking back and seeing all of our planets and our sun. And I think that would be just the most incredible space to be in. So the way that I always studied was I tried to turn it into a game. And I'd start by asking this question, which was sort of an offense-defense question, which is, what do I not know? Like, what do I have the least confidence in? And I would go to work trying to tackle that problem and be like, okay, you think you got me? I'm gonna prove you wrong. And so I kind of would seek out these areas where I didn't know the answer and make a game of it, make it fun. When I was a kid, we were lucky enough to have a microscope in our house. So my mom bought us this microscope, and so I would look at microbes from the water in our pool or in a pond in the neighbor's yard, and just getting to see things with a little more critical eye and ask these curious exploratory questions made me really excited about science in general. I think one of the challenges that I had in school was I was really attracted to a lot of different disciplines. I thought a lot of different classes were fun, and I just didn't have enough time to take them all. And so I think it's important to follow what you're passionate about and know that there'll be time later in your life to explore other things you might be interested in, but truly just follow what you're most interested in. What I love about engineering is that it takes, for me, science to another level, and it integrates math, which I've always loved as well. And it says not just what is going on, but can we tinker with what is going on to solve all of these other problems. And I loved that hands-on problem-solving mindset, and that's why I pursued a degree in engineering. I think it's incredibly important to have women in the engineering fields because we are great problem solvers, we're great communicators, And I think that some of my best mentors in graduate school were female scientists that I got to see solving these really difficult problems. And it's just a really exciting, fun place to work. And so it's a place where we want to see more representation.